Good Sunday afternoon. I wanted to jump on today to share my experience of healing, of self-healing through meditation. The specific meditation that I have used in the past 4 years for healing has been Vipassana, old ancient Indian Buddha's original teaching of meditation, where you observe the physical sensation which is related to the mind content. And what that, if anybody wants a more in-depth video about Vipassana, I'm more than happy to make it. If you can comment below. So what Vipassana brought to my life, the joy that it had brought to my life, it was that I was at a time in my life where I was already halfway. I wasn't in a lot of pain in this particular point. I was seeking liberation. I was seeking freedom, and this is why it came to me. It was so weird the way that it even came to me, because I was planning my trip to India, and I was looking around, Googling around for any meditation, and the only thing that kept popping up for me was Vipassana. And it was really strange for me, because I thought, I don't want to be there for 10 days and not talk to anybody. Like, at least I'm a talker, so if I'm going to be in the company of others, I'm going to talk. So for me, going into something silent just sounded like pain. So, but that's the only thing that kept coming up. Weird enough, because this is India, there's lots of ashram, there's lots of places you can go and meditate, but that's the only thing that was coming up. So I surrendered to that, and accepted that maybe this was time, this was what was best for me. And it absolutely was, because it's self work. There is no assistance in Vipassana, which is perfect for me, okay? And this is ultimately, subconsciously, this is what I was looking for, and it suited me, because what I wanted was free independence and fearless, to walk through the world fear-free, and to understand myself better, to understand life better, the meaning of it all, and ultimately this is what it has brought to me in the past 4 years. I'm still learning. I'm still awakening to many truths, to many things, and not everything is easy for me to digest or accept, but I understand them to be the truth. And I take, like, Vipassana allows you to take what you can, and which is what I love about it. You take what you can at the time. It doesn't force anything to you, because forcing anything doesn't work for anybody anyway, period. I used to be a Christian, and I know that. And speaking of Christianity, I've loved the gospel ever since Vipassana. I fell back in love with the gospel. I love the gospel even more, the New Testament, the Bible, or anything, any scripture. I love it more. I understand it much better, because I understand me as part of everything now. And so how healing worked with Vipassana for me was that I was able to understand myself better, and everything that I have experienced through life, not giving it any great meaning or anything like that, but everything that I have experienced through life, I had previously gave it so much meaning, and it was festing underneath in my subconscious. That's why and this is the reason why it was manifesting in certain way in my life. How my anxiety attack that I used to have, my panic attack I used to have, the fear how I used to walk the earth fearing, and my feelings towards people, hate, and just feeling of despair based on my understanding of the world that derived from my experiences in life. And what Vipassana, and how you heal from that, how I have healed from that, is is reflecting on those events and seeing it different. And this is what Vipassana means. Vipassana means is seeing things as they are, meaning every event, and Eckhart Tolle speaks about this too. Every event is neutral, right? How you perceive it is how it would impact you. So, in a nutshell, this is nothing is personal. Every event is neutral. How you perceive it is how it would impact you. So, and there's so many people that I speak to about healing, about their experiences, and some people, as a hairdresser, I meet so many people from all walks of life, which is essentially the same walks of life. I know when people say it's just different events, but pain is pain, and I meet so many people with pain, and for me, all pain are the same. But the way that it's interpreted in life, it may come across as if there's a degree of pain based on the circumstances, but it's all about how we have interpreted it. And Vipassana has been great for me because I'm able to see things as they are and see the nothingness of it, okay? Even though at the time, there may be times where if I've gone through something, I don't always see it as nothing, but I know intellectually it's nothing, and my job is then to work on it until, spiritually and physically and spiritually, I can see the nothingness in it. Healing through meditation, it's the best thing, the best option that I have chosen for me personally. I'm able now to see the world much clearer, and that this doesn't mean that I don't get angry or I don't feel jealousy sometimes, and I don't feel hate towards people, but I know I do still feel that, but it's no longer anybody else's problem. It's mine to deal with. It isn't even a problem, but it's mine to deal with. Whenever I feel like that, whenever I get into that, I understand that it's for me to deal with. And I pray on it, I meditate on it, for me to see things differently. Okay? So, and this is what the Course in Miracles also teaches, is that you're not seeing it. Whenever you're in despair, whenever you're upset, it's because you're not seeing things properly. You're not seeing things properly. Whenever you are upset, it's because you are not seeing things properly. Okay? So you may pray for help from a higher power to help you see things properly. And this is how your healing from the situation, from your circumstances begins to happen, is when, and it can be anything. There's no exception to it, and this is the best thing about it. Like I was saying before, I meet so many people from all walks of life, and a lot of people convince themselves that they will never heal from certain situation. And for me, you can't force anybody, to heal. You can't force anybody to change their mind until they're ready to change their mind. But as somebody who wants to extend healing, I sit with the person, sympathize with where they're coming from, but at the same time, I extend the healing through not indulging or believing that the pain is real or the suffering is real, because it's only on the level of mind. And I don't force anything on anybody, because I know that until somebody is ready to stop the pain, to stop the suffering, that is when it's going to happen from them. And when that pain and suffering ends, it feels like just an energy ball has lifted from you. It just lifts with no effort, okay? And that doesn't mean that, you know, your situation has to change or the people has to change. It's when that shift happens mentally, everything changes for you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Comments below if you have any questions, or if you need me to make any, if you want me to make a more detailed video about my experience with Vipassana and healing. Thanks for watching.